Discovering Science. This is my brother, Kevin Fogg.
Hi, everybody.
And thanks again for purchasing one of our grab-and-go STEM packages.
And thank you for staying safer at home.
Now remember, you can pause, fast forward, or even replay this video at any time if you ever get stuck. And we're going to do lesson number 4, Perfect Paleontology.
Woohoo!
Now to get started, I want you to imagine that you were alive during the time of dinosaurs. And you were up on a mountain staring down at a pond. Now there's a lot of dinosaurs by the pond for a lot of different reasons. Some dinosaurs go down there to get a drink of water. Some dinosaurs go down there to cool down on a hot day. Some go down there to eat plants that might grow in the water or around the water. But other dinosaurs go down there for another reason. And they want to eat, but they certainly don't want any plants. They're there to eat other dinosaurs.
They're carnivores. That's right. That's right.
And these dinosaurs that go down there to eat other animals or eat other dinosaurs, they go down there and they feed on dinosaurs. And I want you to imagine some of them survive and some of them don't. The ones that don't end up at the bottom of the pond in a lot of cases. And there's still a lot of food left for the creatures that live in the pond. And so they eat and eat until the only thing left at the bottom of that pond are bones.
Wow. Were they eaten by like scavengers?
There's all kinds of different creatures that would live in a pond or even live on the surface that would go and feed off of what's left of that dinosaur until eventually it's just clean bones sitting there. Now you've probably seen bones before. They have tiny little spaces and cracks in them.
Yeah, like pores, these little pores.
Yeah, those little holes. And I want you to imagine that those bones sink down into the mud and some of that mud goes into those little spaces and cracks. And then imagine 1,000 years later, or 100,000 years, even 1,000,000 or even over 1 billion years later, all of those little pieces of rock and mineral that snuck their way into those little bones, or even a seashell, or even a plant, like a piece of a tree. All of those little pieces have snuck their way in until eventually the only thing left is the rock or mineral that snuck its way in. It's not even a bone anymore. It's not even a seashell anymore. It's not even part of a tree. It's been taken over by rock or mineral under tons and tons of pressure. It doesn't happen all the time. In fact, sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't turn into a fossil. Most of the time, that stuff just turns into dust and just is a part of our soil.
When it does, do they call that fossilization?
In fact, fossilization is what leads us to what we're learning about today, which is fossils.
Yeah.
A fossil is something that was taken over by rock or mineral. It has to start out as a bone or a seashell or even a piece of a tree. But in order for it to become fossilized, in order for it to become a fossil, it has to be taken over by rock and mineral. And though we don't have any real fossils today, your grab-and-go STEM package came with 3 different fossil blocks. Now, I did say they weren't real fossil blocks because they were made in a factory. They're really cool. They were still not totally real. However, inside this fossil block that you got, and you might not have this shape or that shape, all the shapes are different. You might get different shapes. But inside one of your fossil blocks is a real dinosaur era fossil. It's an actual fossil from an animal that lived during the time.
I know the name of this
dinosaurs.
It was called a Mosasaurus.
And a Mosasaurus was an amazing carnivorous creature that lived in the ocean. Some mosasaurs in that family actually lived in freshwater too, spent some time on land as well. So mosasaurs were really awesome creatures that lived during the time of dinosaurs. And in one of these fossil blocks, you're going to find a real Mosasaurus fossil. Now, scientists don't always want to dig out the fossils, and they don't always drive tractors when they want to uncover fossils. They're very careful. A paleontologist, and that's some scientists that study stuff from the time of, that particular era when the dinosaurs lived. These paleontologists, they were careful. They used very delicate tools when they studied these fossils. And so we have a hammer, a chisel, and a brush for you. You could use a real hammer, hit it one time and it would break open. But where's the fun in that? We want to uncover what's inside carefully and delicately.
So would it be safe for me to just start hammering away with the hammer? I mean, does that be
probably
safe?
Break the hammer or break this thing too fast. We want to use the chisels. There's a couple ways. Okay. Once you start getting into it, you can tap on this. But I like to use the chisel as kind of a little shovel to get started and kind of dig. Now, once you kind of dig through it, you may start to see something inside. and I kind of see a little bit of something. I'm going to use the brush to clear away some of that dust. I can see something right there. I don't want to dig any further. I don't want to give away the surprise.
Yeah.
But you guys have a chance to dig through 3 different fossil
Very
blocks.
cool.
And don't forget one of the most important things.
Oh.
These are a little small for us. But
Yeah.
don't forget to wear your safety glasses whenever working with the fossil blocks. Really, really important.
They actually wrap around your eyes too to protect you too.
They're very protective glasses.
They're really cool.
Yep. Also, we wanted to give you something that was really exciting that you can even share with family or friends. And that is, we have these actual fossilized shark's teeth. And you get this whole collection of fossilized shark's teeth in your kit. So it's a lot of fun in this grab and go STEM package. Well, guys, we want to thank you and looking forward to seeing you guys for our next lesson, which I believe would be our lesson 4.
Electrified robots.
Electrified robots. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day.
Take care.